3, 2, and I think we are live. I want to make sure the audio is right. You want to check on it, make sure the audio is good?
Yeah, 1 second.
Test.
Of course,
Hello.
a bunch of freaking motorcycles come rolling by.
Says we're live.
You're live on YouTube, yeah?
Yeah. Shout out chat. I think we're good. But just to make sure,
Yeah, it says
I'm gonna
live
get
now.
stream up on my end.
Yeah, it says live now.
Nothing in comics has ever gone forever. So, it looks, honestly looks good. I'm hoping it brings back a lot of the flavor from one, and a little tentative that it's not going to.
Alright, can you hear us, Irish? Are you on our stream?
But
Yeah, give me 1 second. That's where the freaking audio's coming from. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll just check it real quick. I got it up here on this end.
Skip ahead to live.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm seeing the whole
Alright,
Discord
cool.
though, not just the window. Yeah. Oh, and it's offline. No. Are you still there? Did I lose you altogether? Stand down. Are you there? Got no audio. We lost audio. Hey, there you are. Right? Everything just dropped. Oh no, yeah, my everything's up still. I just watched all your stuff to just go. I was like, yeah, it's live. Wait, no, it's not. Yes, sir.
Test, 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 test. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, yes.
Alright, cool. Alright, so that stream can be deleted. Move this over here. Let's try this again. What the hell? Why is it not wanting to capture my second screen now? What the fuck is going on, dude? I'm just having a hell of a time with it today. Hell. Can you still hear me, Irish? Hello? Hello? Okay, can you hear me in the party? The PlayStation party?
Yeah, I hear you on all fronts.
Okay. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Let me get YouTube up on this end here.
I wonder if it's just maybe like, no, I'd say it was the frickin' the ingest server for YouTube maybe just giving you issues, but I killed your whole internet.
I don't know what happened there.
I know it is the weather shitty out there like it is here in town.
Not amazing, but it's not terrible.
Well, out at my parents' house, freaking, they have constant problems with power outages when there's storms in the area. The wonders of living in the K-land.
Right?
About the only thing it's good for out there, living out there, is serenity, man. Peace of mind.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you're just disconnected from everything, half-assedly connected to the shit you need. Like, at least, you know, things you need to get anywhere. Like, big in life. Because, I mean, you have essentially everything you need in life out there. Nothing more.
Right.
It is nice, though. Go out and fucking listen to the woods.
No doubt.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you, but my parents live out there past the dump.
Oh, yeah?
Kind of like, was that Buck Lane or whatever it is out there? Off of
We have a
that.
dump out here. In Keno.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Down the Keno Warden Road. It's like halfway between Keno and Warden.
That's a ways from here.
Are you up Clover Creek or something?
No. We're off a completely different side road. Let me make sure we're good here. Okay, we're gonna go live in 3, 2, 1. And hopefully we are live this time for sure.
Hey man, we were live there for a minute. I heard it. And then we weren't. I don't know what happened. I blame this shite ass weather.
Yeah.
Gypsy, come on.
Technology's fighting me today. It's not saying we're live either. Let me make sure that my video settings are set to the correct settings.
I'm telling you, man, you should look into setting up that restream. Just hitting all of them.
Yeah, dude. I'm about done with this.
I don't know, I've had a lot of issues with trying to stream direct to YouTube. That's why I just said fuck it and went to streaming to Twitch and uploading to YouTube.
Yeah.
Started using it as my my backup platform to save all of my footage. I mean, shit, dude, I think I've got over 200 videos at this point.
5, 4, 3, 2, and hopefully it says we're live this time. It says we're live this time. So
I'm
let's
waiting
make
for it
sure.
to pop up and verify here.
Test, 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 test.
It's got what, like 20, 30
Yeah,
seconds?
it says we're live. Alright, cool. Alright, so what's up, everybody? This sorry about the technical issues. This Broken Controllers episode 8, talking about the ESA and their public opinion, and Riot Games doesn't budge on their walkout, and is government intervention for games really the right move? So it's kind of a skinny week. It's going to be a shorter stream. I did drop links on where to follow us in the description below, so if you guys want to check that out, that's always appreciated. Not really a whole lot other than that, so let's jump right into it. Irish, what are you playing this week?
I'm back at it with some more of the Devil May Cry. I'm going back through because I got to an end boss that was giving me problems, so just trying to rake up the freaking gems and purchase shit, and, you know, all the heavy grind stuff, end game stuff.
No doubt. So, do they give you the option to like choose your levels and which levels you want to go back to and play from?
Yeah, and actually, there's quite a few of the levels you can choose between which character you want to run through it. So, like, essentially, you have to run through some of the missions, not all of them, with every one of the characters available to beat it full out.
So, obviously, this game has like collectibles and stuff you can find and all that jazz, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
I mean, there's also in the customizables, you can purchase this stylish taunt for 300 orbs, or 300,000 orbs rather. And
stylish taunt.
Yeah, like it doesn't even show you a description. It's like you just if you want to be able to see this, you have to be able to afford it, kind of thing.
Right.
Man, 300,000. I've got 48 grand right now. And like I got a lot to max out before I get to that 300,000 freaking shit.
400 grand in the in-game currency?
Yeah.
They're just one kind?
What was that?
Is it just one kind?
Pretty much, yeah. It's just the like red orbs, soul orbs, whatever.
Huh.
And you.
Alright, well that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a definitely a hell of a grind. I mean, I think I've only maxed out a couple of my ability trees, and there's still like 4 or 5 other trees that I need to spend freaking orbs on to max out. And then after all that, save up for that 300,000. Lots of grinding, man.
That's not bad. That's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, so
it sounds like you got your work cut out for you, dude.
Oh yeah.
So do they really drive home the replayability in this then?
Oh yeah.
Man, Are we, is our audio alright?
Yeah, yeah. Audio looks good.
Alright, cool. Because I had that one mess up that one time. So I'm playing Lunar,
Ooh,
which is, it's an older game that I've been playing.
for
I
PlayStation
am hooked
originally,
on
right?
it right now. Yeah, yeah. So, pretty
Freaking
hooked on it
love
right
that
now.
game, dude. That was honestly one of my all-times. I used to have the collector box for it. Had all
Yeah,
the
my brother
artistry
still
shit.
does, dude. Yeah, my brother still does, dude. It's sick. I mean, dude, you just can't beat the classics, you know?
Right?
Is that all you're playing this week?
As far as like console game, I've been really getting
Yeah.
down on the what is that? Aeon Legion. What is it? Aeon Legions of War. It's got a bit of a like what's that freaking Summoner's War kind of feel, but more realistic and interactive.
Oh, okay. So what is that? And what I've never played Summoner Wars. What exactly is it?
It's pretty much like you get a team of like what 5 people, I want to say it is, and you're talking like mythical character kind of shit. You know,
Right.
angels, demons. Like in Summoner's War, one of the newer characters that they introduced before I ended up stopping that one was called Ifrit. And that thing was just nasty. But I mean, it's just an idea of like the character types that you have. Very it's very mythological based.
Right. Right.
But as far as the gameplay, it's really good graphically. It's fucking great. Um, I ended up initially picking it up because I've got that app for Android called Blast, and it lets you. They have a whole list of games that you can play, and if you complete certain challenges that they offer, you get paid X amount of money per, challenge you've completed.
Right.
I've currently got like $37 racked up on it, but I haven't really been putting too much into it.
Right.
And you have to, I do believe, earn at least $100 before you can start making withdrawals from it. And you can withdraw straight to your bank account.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but the only downside is they only acknowledge like big banks like Bank of America, Citibank, shit like that, Wells Fargo.
Oh, so you have to have a bank at one of those places to make it work, right?
Otherwise, you can't withdraw the money. So I've pretty much been just like, screw it, I'll deal with opening up a bank account if need be when that time comes to withdraw the money. But right now they don't let you go and link to like frickin' our local bank, the Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union.
Right. That's wild, dude. Like, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta get more banks interested if you want people to try that. But
Well,
it is an interesting idea.
I'm not sure if it's like a FDIC thing, like they have to be FDIC, because I don't think that credit unions are FDIC. They're not federally regulated, even though it's a federal credit union. They don't have the
Right.
same laws and limitations that banks do.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, well, and then we have some stuff to talk about Mobile Minute. We'll actually talk about a couple games during Mobile Minute because, like I said, it is a skinnier week as far as the news goes. Why is my camera messed up? Focus, camera.
Oh, your camera need more focus. It needs that ginseng.
But Anyway, I played a lot this week. Okay, so I guess I'll start with. Okay, so I'll let everybody know right now. I didn't play any more Wolfenstein. I didn't play any more of the New Order. I was gonna get some more coverage on that game. I wanted to get some more coverage on that game, but it's just this week I had some other stuff that I was playing, especially some retro stuff. So, and which I'll actually talk about a little bit later. I actually mentioned it to Irish earlier. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But what I did play is I played a game called Super Mario Odyssey, which I'm sure everybody's familiar with that. It was like a game called Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh yeah, I love it. I have it. I've been
Oh man,
playing.
dude,
I've been
it's
going back through playing the crap out of it with the wife.
oh dude, it's so good. That game is so fun. And you wouldn't think two-player would be too fun, but it's actually pretty good.
Right?
Like it's actually pretty decent. So, but Super see, I've been playing that. That game is charming.
All right, move out.
Like that's just the best way to put it. Just it's a game, like it's a feel-good game. It's a blue sky game. You know the biggest bad guy, obviously you know who it is. It's Bowser. You know who you're fighting going into it. There is a little bit of a twist. Being that you find this out in the beginning of the game, it's no big surprise. But the Rabbids from Mario Rabbids, they're actually in there. So yeah, they're the bad guys. They're part of the bad guy stuff. So the platforming mechanic is really good. For a while I got stuck. I was actually like looking for an end to the level, and like I was like, man, I just don't want to play this game anymore. I can't find it. And then like I realized I was like, well, getting to the end requires me to find moons. So like I hunkered down and started doing it, and like I had a lot more fun with it. So like now that I'm progressing, like it's a really good game. I actually got some gameplay here that I can throw.
It takes a little bit to get used to, for sure, but once you figure out, how the shit goes in that one, it's pretty fun and easy.
But no, the game is really good. Like it's one of those, like I said, it's one of those just blue sky games. You're gonna have a good time with it. Oh gosh. Having a hard time with my computer skills right now. Yeah. Trying to drag this over so that I can show everybody here. Oh. This is Tetris 99. Excuse my incompetence.
Okay.
But here's some Super Mario Odyssey gameplay. And this is how the game starts out. It's actually really, really good. Like I said, it's a really charming game. Blue sky. Biggest bad guy, like I said, is Bowser. So, I mean, there's no big surprise on what you're going into. You know it's gonna be a blue sky game. You're gonna fight Bowser.
All the bosses are pretty easy. You're talking the atypical three smacks and they're done. Right, yeah, and there's actually some fun boss battles in there, dude, like some really interesting patches and stuff like that. Just some real fun stuff. And that's like one of my biggest things about that game, like that's one of my biggest things about this game is, if nothing else, it's entertaining because of the boss fights, and you can rely on that, even though you are collecting moons and you have this game that you're trying to progress, you're still able to have fun with the mechanics of the game and do the different things. Like, it's Super Mario 64 meets oh gosh, Super Mario 64, I guess. Super Mario 64 meets Mario Sunshine, I guess. Kinda, I guess, but I mean, you've got a lot of heavy cross action between the Mario 64 3D kind of feel and the old school side scroll Mario feel, and it just kind of dances back and forth the whole time between the two styles. And I really enjoy that. It's got that old school feel, but it also still has that new school feel.
Yeah, you're talking about like the hidden levels and stuff. No, you're 100% right about that, dude. Like it gives a really good feel of like here's this old school Mario style and this new kind of world, this modern world, you know, and yeah, it really hits home. Like the game is really well developed. Honestly, I hope they continue with the series. Like, I hope they progress on this story. I think the story is really good for what it is. It is a Nintendo story, you know. It's, you know, let's call it what it is. I mean, it's not deep, you know what I mean. It's no God of War. It's Nintendo.
It's no
but
Zelda.
For what it is, yeah, exactly. But for what it is, it's really good, dude. Like, I'm actually extremely impressed with the game design, the development, and the entire scope of the game was just extremely impressive, especially for what we thought the Switch was going to be initially, you know. So I can't say enough about that game. That game is just so good. I also played Cuphead. I didn't pull any gameplay for that. So
taking this fucking thing down.
Let's go back to my screen here.
That's one I definitely really want to get down on at some point, is some Cuphead.
Dude, Cuphead is so good. Cuphead is okay, so here's my experience with this game, right? I got this game for computer. I wasn't huge about it, right? I wasn't huge about this game. I played it, I liked it, I loved the style. The style is incredible. They made this game look just phenomenal. Like, it is insane how good this game looks. I wasn't huge on the game, and the reason being was just because I had to sit at a computer and play it, and I told myself, I was like, alright, well, I'm gonna get it for the Switch. I was like, you know, if it doesn't click, you know, not a big deal. But I am gonna buy the digital version, so I don't end up selling it or anything like that. But come to find out, it's only digital. You can't get like a physical version. So,
yeah.
So that's what I did. I got the game, downloaded it. I was hooked on that first world, dude. Like, I'm telling you, like, when I first started that first world, dude, it was... That game, dude, was something entirely, like, it's on a completely different level, dude. Like, it's good, but, like, it's just hard enough, you know what I mean? Moving on to the second world, I would say the bosses are a little on the harder side. Like, definitely, like, moving up in the world chain, you know, you're gonna get that. Like, your bosses are gonna be harder. Aside from that, this game is basically one big boss rush anyway. So, like, it's definitely good. But what I would say about it is, you know, moving up in that chain, you know, these worlds are going to get really, really, really tough. And I'm not sure player progression quite matches up with how fast they scale up the difficulty for these worlds. Now, I put maybe 6 hours into this game, so it's not like I've really rammed my head against the wall too much, but I have come across a couple bosses that were just ridiculous to me. So that game is a whole different animal. I love that game. Definitely check that out if you get a chance. Cuphead is definitely worth it. Have you seen that game at all, Irish?
Yeah, I've watched little bits on it, and I've seen some stuff on it back when it was still only on PC.
Yeah,
it looked really fun.
It's only $20, dude. It's so good. Like, especially for a Switch game, like, it's just It's perfect. It's part of that little Nindy family, you know. It's just, it's a charming little game. Like, it's a harmless little game, you know. And you see that like throughout the game, and you're just like, it's just like it reminds you of the old cartoons, you know, like the Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and stuff like that. So, definitely check out Cuphead if you get a chance. It's so good. I don't know if PC's your thing, but if it's not, and you don't want to sit down at a TV to play the game, get Cuphead for the Switch. It's perfect for the Switch. It's nothing like being able to take it on the go. Next game I played some Tetris 99. Tetris 99 is really good. A battle royale Tetris, it seems kind of silly, you know. You're like, wow, it's, you know, it's exactly that. It's a battle royale Tetris, you know. It's if you played the old Tetris games, you know what you're going into. You know how enemies are defeated in this, you know. You rack up points, and those points affect your enemy, and basically you target who you want these squares, your opponent's squares, you target who that you want them to affect. So for instance, you know, you can see in this video, there's that hexagon on that yellow square, and that square has a line toward your screen. It says "Watch out," right? Well, that is the target. The hexagon is the target that you're targeting, and the yellow box is the target that's targeting you. So all the while, you can see exactly what's going on throughout this screen. So like, there's no unfair advantages, and you get the same blocks. Have you played this at all, Irish?
I've played a bit of it, yeah.
Dude, this game is so good.
Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of Tetris. And when I saw that, I was just like, yep. Getting that right now. I mean, you're talking, I was, you know, Tetrising it up back on the original brick Game Boy.
Right, exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, and like back when 121 lines was incredible. In this game, you're not even gonna get close to that, because you have 99 people gunning for you. And it's good, dude. Like, I highly recommend it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah, it definitely made me have to kick my Tetris game up a notch.
Oh, dude, yeah, you learn some stuff in this game. You learn how to build lines. If you don't know how to build lines, you are going to lose. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, you're definitely going to lose.
Yeah, and don't try and...
I played this guy, dude.
Don't try and stack them either, because fuck, dude, that reams you so hard so quick. Trying to do the stack drops.
Yeah, no doubt. And yeah, you don't want to try and do your stack the drops. Oh, also they put out a little like microtransaction kind of thing. It's $10, and you get like a versus AI mode and a marathon mode. So, yeah, check it out. Definitely worth it, for sure, 100%. So.
That was a bad idea. Hit an explosive. Did not realize it.
I also played some Apex Legends. Not much I can say about that. It's Apex. It's good. I got on some Kingdom Hearts Critical Mode. Made a little bit of progression on that. Doing all right on that, and then obviously, I'm playing some Mortal Kombat, training up on that so that I can compete in that tournament. I really don't know how well I'm gonna do. We'll see. I don't know. It's for money, so you might as well try, right?
Oh yeah. So, definitely. Always gotta try when money's on the line.
Last but not least, the last game I played was Lunar. This is Lunar Silver Star Story Complete for the PlayStation. you know, Irish and I were kind of talking about it a little bit earlier. This game is really, really, really fun. I don't know if it's the nostalgia or if it's, you know, if the storytelling is just that good. I mean, honestly, you know, I heard a video game podcast called HG101 review this game, and they just did not give it the credit it deserved. You know, it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't respected very well. And for whatever reason, I guess the game wasn't received very well. But, you know, it's like they point out in I can actually listen. But it's like they point out in the podcast, you know, it's just a charming story. It's just a wonderful story. Like, it's just fun, you know, and you have a lot of fun with it, and you just enjoy the game, and you know, and that's what I'm playing right now, and I'm gonna be streaming that, more of that as I move forward. I actually upgraded to Windows 10, and I lost all my save information. So, because I'm playing this on the PC. Yeah, so I had to restart. And also, Lunar 2, which is a game that I was playing, getting ready to stream, that I lost all my save information on too. So I actually want to go through and beat that before I stream that. So that actually set me back a little bit on my plans as far as that goes too. So it was just kind of a big bummer. But I mean,
let me know,
you know,
bro.
What's that?
Said next time you should let me know, cause it's kind of what I do.
Bingo.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, I would rather have somebody who knows what they're doing do that stuff, because it really messed me up, dude. Like, it really messed me up. But I mean, on the upside, it's a reason to replay the game. I'm gonna go ahead and stream the wow, that was a dumb move. That was a really dumb move. I'm gonna stream the gameplay a little bit more as I progress, and you know, if anybody wants to check it out, we'll be there. It'll be there. So, but Lunar, Silver Star Story complete. If you guys own a PlayStation, go check it out. It's definitely worth it. I own a copy of it. I know Irish owns a copy of it. He has a... Wait, do you own a copy of it, Irish?
Of Tetris? Or wait, what? Sorry.
So, Lunar, Silver Star Story complete?
I don't know if I have that one in particular. I know I've got the original PlayStation version somewhere in my box of PlayStation shit.
Yeah.
All my
But
relics.
yeah, dude, definitely check it out. Like, if you own a copy of it, no reason to go get a PlayStation, you know, just go download the ISO. That's what I did.
Touche.
So,
Emulate it.
yeah, for sure. Why go buy a brand new PlayStation? So, but,
Well, I
yeah.
think the PS4s are able to play PlayStation 1 games. It's not PS2 or PS3 because they don't have the rendering capabilities.
The PlayStation 4 can play it, really?
I'm pretty sure that they can play PlayStation 1, just not PS2 or 3. Because
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to check that out, dude.
it takes
'cause I
like a
will
separate
pop.
GPU to be able to actually do the rendering for
You bring that shit to me.
those other ones. Yes,
Dude,
2
I'll
and
pop
3.
I'll pop PlayStation 1 version in there. I don't care. Like, I will pop that disc in there so quick, dude. If it reads that disc, I'm there. So, I definitely gonna check that out.
No,
So yeah.
I know that it's hit and miss too, from what if I remember right, with which PlayStation 1 games do work and which ones don't. It's not
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, it's, for whatever reason, it doesn't like everyone. I don't know if it's like region issues or like what it is that fucks with that. But.
Well, hey, it's worth looking into at least. But Moving on to new. Oh wait, no, Mobile Minute. Mobile Minute. You were playing a game for Mobile Minute, weren't you?
Yeah, we kind of already discussed it, the Legions, and well, now they also have the Pokemon Rumble Rush officially out in North America, possibly globally. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but I know for a fact it's finally released in North America.
I want to check that out for sure. Definitely want to check that out.
Well, it's available on Android, so
get it. I actually played Fire Emblem Heroes. That game's really charming. It's a Fire Emblem game. It's what you'd expect from Fire Emblem. I mean, it's a feel-good anime kind of, you know, style game.
Final Fantasy Tactics kind of feel to it heavily.
Yeah, you're a young prince, and you're basically working your way up and making your way in the world, stopping bad guys, you know, stopping the main bad guy. In this game, they give you the option to buy other characters as the microtransactions, and then they also give you the option to unlock characters in the game. The game's good. What I would say about it is I wish there was a little bit less in your face, like, hey, if you buy $2 you can buy this character. You know, that's kind of the biggest downfall to it. It's still a great game if you want to check out a strategy game and you don't have a DS, or you know, you don't have some sort of emulator that you can get Fire Emblem on, then it's definitely worth checking out on the phone. Like,
oh yeah,
I recommend it for sure. So
makes me want to re-download it. I took it off there for a while. I took that one off for a while. You're making me want to re-download it.
Yeah, dude, the game was really fun, but I mean, I just wish there was a little bit less of like, hey, $3.99, buy this character, and he's yours to keep, you know. And it's like, well, I mean, I don't want to go in spending $150 on this game, you know, just because there's some characters that I want. Like, really, there's like a couple characters that I'm really interested in, and that's really it. Like, you don't need to shove those others in my face, you know. So.
Right. I'm pretty sure that when I backed away from it, I had some pretty good characters built up in it.
Yeah, you can build a really good list of characters in this game. Definitely, like, you can definitely, like you get a pretty solid character list, and like one thing that Fire Emblem has always had a problem with is spear characters and axe characters. You don't get a lot of those. This game kind of reprimands that problem. You get Hector, you get you get all kinds of axe wielders, like, and all kinds of spear wielders too. So like, it's definitely worth checking out. Like, highly recommend it. That's it for Mobile Minute. I guess we can move on into the news here. Stuff's looking pretty bad for the ESA. They got a lot going on. Now, before we go into this, I just wanted to let everybody know, a lot of this information was from Giant Bomb. If you guys want more of a deep cut on this, go check out Giant Bomb, their latest episode. They actually cover this really well. They did a really good segment on it. Basically, that explains what the ESA is, how this, basically what's being affected in these services, and basically what this story means as a whole. So, the ESA is having problems with E3 and planning the E3 planning and with internal business. Now, the segment that they didn't really go into a lot of description. They said that there was a lot leading up to it, including the lack of picking a new head for the ESA. I guess their head guy left, and Reed, who owns PAX, is also possibly looking at buying E3. Also, the fiasco over loot boxes. You know, they didn't step up and represent the gamers as a whole with the loot box situation. So the public's not really got a positive view of the ESA right now. The ESA's had a lot of stuff going on internally that just it wasn't it just wasn't a good situation to be in. You know, there was a lot of internal politics that were going on, and basically they said, hey, a lot of the public said, hey, you know, why are, you know, you guys not stepping up and representing our best interest in, you know, the games as a whole, the loot box situation, you know, is government intervention like really the right thing, you know? Because now people are looking at introducing legislature that's actually going to protect gamers as a whole from quote unquote gambling situations like that. So they're trying to introduce legislature, and I wanted to get your take on that situation personally, because I think that's gonna ruin video games, dude. Like, it's not gonna be good, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really kind of seeming like they're trying to follow in suit with what the EU just did.
what's that?
It sounds like they're trying to follow in suit with what the EU just did. I don't know if you
EU?
heard about that, but
What happened there?
Parliament just went and recently, like in the past few months, passed a legislature that was pretty much banning all streaming in
Whoa.
EU.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
And that's what
That's
pretty
crazy.
much like wholeheartedly tanked Team MZ.
That's crazy, dude. They just completely outlawed it entirely, huh?
I mean, it's like if you go over to frickin' China, man, social media as a whole is banned in China.
Wow. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't know that
talking
either.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of it banned.
That's crazy, dude.
So I mean, if you could think about that, dude, like, what if all of those however billion people were actually on social, like how polluted it would be, more so than it already is.
Yeah. No shit.
And guaranteed
sure,
most of them
dude.
would be ads.
That's for sure.
Motherfuckers out, like a billion more fucking ads out there trying to frickin' sell you something.
Short story here is the public doesn't see video games as a positive for society anymore, and the ESA is in some hot water. Like I said, the government's possibly introducing legislation, or is private policing the best way to go? So when I say private, I mean like what we're talking about, you know, with the loot box situation. As you know, moving forward, like with stuff like Fortnite and Apex, you know, they used a common ground as the loot boxes for skins and weapon skins and stuff like that. It's also what Halo took for their approach there, instead of competitive multiplayer or competitive co-op, which was Warzone, which was a little bit different. But I mean, more or less, you know, the stuff was based off of, you know, microtransactions for weapon skins and skins for your Spartan. Or different armor pieces and stuff like that. So, like a lot of the cosmetic stuff, you know, that was private policing. You know, obviously the public's not going to buy a game that's pay to play, and we saw that with Star Wars Battlefront 2. You know, nobody was interested in playing that game because it was a pay to play. You had to pay just to play as your Jedi or your bounty hunter that you unlocked through gameplay in the original Battlefront, which by the way is incredible. They sell it on Steam. You guys should go check it out. It's really good. That's Battlefront 2 for the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. That's 2005 Battlefront. I think private public policing is the best way to go. The face thing here was that the ESA is losing favor with the public and not representing games as a whole, and the player interest. So, I mean, what do you think about all that?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. One more time, run that back by me.
So what do you think about that, the ESA situation?
Honestly, it's not good. That's for darn sure. And I hope that, you know, more solid information comes forward to kind of shut them down on this whole move. Because I would really hate to see frickin', you know, streaming go away to the wind like it did in the, you know, European Union.
I don't know if it's necessarily saying that streaming is gonna go away, but it's definitely saying that like the ESA is like on fire over there, you know, and that's what Bombcast said. Like you know, these are the
what
people
I'm
that
saying is,
represent
like,
us as
here in America, like they couldn't just, because of how big it is, they can't just go and fucking take it away like the Parliament did in frickin' Europe. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Here in America, it's going to be like trying to take the bottle from the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they can't just do that, you know, cold turkey. They got to subtly kind of sweep it out from underneath your feet. And this
Yeah,
sounds like
and you
a first
introduce
move.
the government just right in there, boom. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
This feels like the first move to try and frickin' sweep it out and frickin' start controlling it. Taking
Well,
away
I mean,
the freedom
Bernie
of
Sanders
speech
wants
as
to
much
make
as,
everything
you know, that we already have.
Bernie Sanders wants to outlaw social media, you know what I mean? And like, if the government gets involved in that on the social media front, and you know what we do as streamers, where does that leave YouTube? You know, and then how do we market ourselves? You know what I mean? So, legislature getting involved in social media and streamers in general. I mean, what about Mixer? Where does that leave Mixer? Is that a social media site? You can like stuff, like, so.
Exactly. Like,
I don't know, but it's just basically saying that the ESA is
like
in
that.
trouble. They're trying to introduce legislature that's going to protect gamers. It's not going to be good for video games. Public-private policing is the best way to go. Like, and I mean, like, private within businesses. The public's not going to buy it if it's a bad game, you know, and that's what it is. Moving forward. Through the news, excuse me. Nintendo ran a Super Mario Maker stream, Super Mario Maker 2 stream. They had some interesting ideas. Are you gonna get this game?
honestly speaking, I would love to. I love the original, like, and that and Paper Mario both were fun.
Yeah, Super Mario Maker was pretty good from what I saw. I really wanted to check it out. I didn't get to check out the first one because I didn't have a Wii U. It just wasn't my thing. It was the first 15 minutes of gameplay, or the first 15 minutes. It was 15 minutes of gameplay. They introduced a new 3D tile set, but the bad news is it wipes levels. So the 3D tile sets for stuff like Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, stuff like that. Basically, this game is going to be, it's going to introduce a whole new level, a whole new plateau of designing. It's going to allow you to design stuff like Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Odyssey. Basically, the 3D tile set lets you do a lot more. The bad thing I would say about this is, you know, of course it wipes the levels, and then they don't have like a way to do any Super Mario World 2 stuff. You know, the one with Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach, you know, and they each had their little special jump, which, excuse me, which was really good. That game was fun, if nothing else.
Yeah, dude, I've loved all of the Mario. I really, I don't know if you've tried it at all, but the, what is that, Mario Run for the, mobile?
Oh, Super Mario Run, yeah, do you play that?
Yeah, I went and bought a purchase on it a while, got the full thing.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth buying. Sorry, I'm just pulling up some.
Yeah, I mean the graphics look freaking awesome on it. It's really smooth playing. Then there's the remix, which is just like you run through, speed run through levels and shit, trying to beat other people's times and whatnot, and coin collection.
Right, right. That makes sense. That's a really good game. So I'm gonna read a real quick snippet here. This is involving our next news story. It's Riot Games doesn't budge on their walkout. So let me read this. This is a article from Kotaku. This was written by Cecilia de Anastasio. I'm sorry if I butchered that last name. And Nathan Grayson. And this is filed to Riot Games. Says over 150 discontented Riot Games employees walked out. This is quote, of course. Walked out of the League of Legends publisher offices in Los Angeles today to protest the company's stance on forced arbitration. Standing in the parking lot on Riot Games campus, employees held picket signs that gave impassioned speeches. It's quote, we're asking for forced arbitration be ended for all past, current, and future Riot employees, including contractors and in current legislation. The Jocelyn Monahan, a social listening strategist at Riot, in an interview with Kotaku, standing in front of, excuse me, just 1 minute here, sorry about that. Standing in front of a sign reading Rioters Unplugged, a play on Riot's internal Riot Unplugged meetings. Monahan would later tell the assembled colleagues through the megaphone, asking to feel safe does not make you entitled. So what they're talking about with forced arbitration are these pro gamers who are contracted through, as far as I can tell, pro gamers who are contracted through League of Legends to play and make money through this video game. Forced arbitration with contracts, when you sign on with the sports team, you sign a contract that actually keeps you getting paid. So, and I'm not telling you, I'm just telling our listeners. Forced arbitration is basically firing these players. So, and Riot hasn't moved on their stance. Like they're not gonna give on that, And it's, as far as I can tell, it's a great thing. What do you think?
Like a pretty good idea. I mean, it could be worse.
I mean, yeah. I mean, right now it's just a walkout. I mean, get government legislation involved, it'll be bad. So, but like I said, guys, a little bit shorter of a stream this week. I do apologize. It's kind of a dry week for news, so I apologize as far as that goes. But hopefully next week will be a little bit better. Let's get out of here. Where can they find you, Irish?
One second.
Irish?
Oh. You can find me everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. Irish1620 .gaming on Instagram, Irish1620 everywhere else. Twitter, Facebook,
nice.
I'm there.
Nice, and you can find me on YouTube at BTGinferno, on Mixer, BTG_Inferno. You can find me on YouTube if you just search BTGinferno. That's the page. That's where Broken Controllers is aired. You can find us on Discord at Broken Controllers, and then also you can always find us on Broken Controllers on Facebook. So I appreciate you guys showing up and showing some support for the show. Tweet it out, share it, throw out a like, throw out a subscribe, and definitely thank you for showing up. I definitely appreciate anybody that supports the show. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to shoot us a question on Discord or on Twitter at Irish1620 or BTGinferno, and we will answer the question. Also, I'll put my email down in the descriptions here in the future streams so that you guys can shoot me an email too. So appreciate you guys showing up, And that's gonna do it for episode 8. Thanks, guys. Later.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good one.
All right, cool. So, glad that's over. My voice